Welcome. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to build a proper Pokemon team. Whether you want this to be for a playthrough of a game or for the competitive scene, it's good to know how to team build. And today's episode is going to be all about typing. Typing is not your dating preference, it's instead the elements, quote unquote, of a Pokemon. There are 18 typings in the game as of right now. There's Bug, Dark, Dragon, Electric, Fairy, Fighting, Fire, Flying, Ghost, Grass, Ground, Ice, Normal, Poison, Psychic, Rock, Steel, and Water. Each type has their own weaknesses, which means they take more damage from attacking types, and resistances, which means they take less damage from attacking types. We'll get into attacking types and resistance and weaknesses later. But for now, let's go over the kinds of Pokemon you can find with typing. There are single typing Pokemon, which means they only have one type tied to them. Pictured left is Blastoise, one of the most recognizable Pokemon, probably. He is a pure water type, which means he only has weaknesses and resistance of the water typing. Pictured right is Lopunny, who is a pure normal type, and it only has the weaknesses and resistances of the normal typing. So Blastoise will not have the same weaknesses and resistance as Lopunny because their typings are different. Now, the second kind of Pokemon with typings are dual type Pokemon. These Pokemon will have two typings on them, and these types interact with their weaknesses and resistance. Sometimes a weakness will cancel out, other times they'll get even more weak to a typing. We will also talk about that later. But for now, some examples. Pictured left is Parasect, a grass bug type. And pictured right is Archaludon, a steel dragon type. Now, attacks also have typings on them. So while your Pokemon can be a very powerful steel and dragon type, such as Archaludon, as we just saw, it can still use moves of other types. Those moves just won't be as strong as steel or dragon moves. That's what we call same type attack bonus. So for example, if Archaludon was used the middle attack here, Flash Cannon, a steel type move, as a steel type, it would be doing more damage to opposing Pokemon. But if it was to use a move, let's say Surf on pictured left, it would not be doing as much damage because Archaludon is not a water type. But any Pokemon can use a move of any typing. Doesn't matter if it's a fire type using a water type move, it can still use it if it can learn it. It's all dependent on the species, not the typing. So let's talk about weaknesses and resistances. There's a sort of scale to think about with weakness and resistance. In the middle of it is normal interaction, which is the white spaces here on the board. Normal interaction means the move attacking the Pokemon, in this case Parasect, it's going to do just flat damage. There's no modifiers on it. It'll just do basic damage. Going to, let's say the right is weakness. There's 2 points to the right. 2 times weakness, and 4 times weakness. 2 times weakness means a move is doing 2 times the damage to the defending Pokemon. So let's say poor Parasect here gets hit with a bug move. It'll take 2 times damage from that move. And then 4 times weakness means the Pokemon is taking 4 times the damage from the move. So again, poor Parasect here being bullied. If it gets hit with a fire move, since both bug and grass share a weakness of fire, it'll be getting hit with a 4 times modifier on any attacking fire moves, which is a very big yikes. But then on the opposite end of the scale, on the left end in your mind, there's resistance. Half resistance and quarter resistance, or half and quarter. I don't know where I was going with that. Half resistance means the attack on the defending Pokemon is doing half the damage. So grass resists water, electric, and ground in this case. So if Parasect here gets hit with a water or electric move, that move will be doing half damage. The little 1/4 here is that quarter damage. Since both grass and bug resist grass and ground moves will only be doing a quarter of the damage. Now, there is one last point. It's not on Parasec's board here, but that's immunity. There are a few types that have immunity. The types that have immunity are normal, ground, flying, ghost, steel, and fairy. Immunity basically means it does nothing. If a Pokemon gets hit with a move that it's immune to, it'll take no damage. So if a normal type tries to attack a ghost type, the normal attack will do nothing since ghost is immune to normal types. Now there's one last thing I would like to mention before I end here, and that is type balancing. Now, it does take experimentation, but a good place to start is getting a grass, fire, water core. So that means having 3 Pokemon with a grass, fire, and water typing on them. It doesn't matter of a second type if they have any. Let's take these 3 Pokemon for example. Some of the most popular Pokemon. We have Venusaur, a grass poison type, who fills in our grass typing. We have Charizard, a fire flying typing, who fills in our fire typing. And finally, we have Blastoise, a pure water type who fills in our water type. These 3 would make a good grass, fire, water core, which gives you ample room to experiment with other Pokemon as they cover a good abundance of typings with their natural types. And that is where I will leave you for today. There are many more things that go into a Pokemon team, such as stats, abilities, held items, movesets, but that is all for a later date if I ever do come around to doing it. So thank you for watching.